right, folks, this is Sherman Ray, and it's time for the Living in Vegas podcast. Time to get this show started. Let's go. All right, hey, and good morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is the Living in Vegas podcast. I want to welcome you all to the show this morning, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. When you think of living in Vegas, folks, think living local and the return of cool. Oh yeah, we're definitely cool here, folks. I'm gonna relax a little bit here. Relax the collar here, just a little bit. I want to welcome you all the day after not Thanksgiving. Gosh, I'm losing days. The day after 4th of July. Yeah, it's folks. This has been crazy. I don't know about you, but I got up really late for one reason, and that was because there were so many. It was like a fireworks war zone in the northwest part of the valley yesterday night, and so we'll talk about that. It was just crazy. It was just simply crazy. I want to welcome all my friends who are watching us on Facebook. You're watching us on YouTube. You might be on our website. You're watching the entire show, which is great. Thank you all for being a part of the show. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the magazine here in just a second. I'm just kind of opening up some pages right now that because it seems like for some reason I forgot to do this. So we're actually opening up the Livin Weekly page, Livin Vegas mag page, our group page, Black Success Magazine page. So if you're on any one of those pages, folks, I am literally almost completely done with that. So you can actually check us out and say hello if you'd like. Okay, we're all good. For those of you, this might be the first time you're checking us out. Once again, my name is Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. And there's the cover, folks, the brand new cover of Livin in Vegas magazine. On the front cover, our new sponsor is Nathan Hall. So Nathan Hall is the founder, the brewmaster, and the owner of Bad Beat Brewing Company. And so that's who's on the cover of the magazine. So check it out, folks. Just go to our website. Go to our website, livininvegas.com. It's livininvegas.com. And you can actually check out the brand new magazine. We're plastering all over the place, so you're going to be able to see it everywhere you go. Don't worry. But let's say you're not there yet, and you can always email me at info@livininvegas. Let's put that there. info@livininvegas.com. Oh, let's get rid of you. Go to info. Once again, we're going to try to do this again. There we go. Is that working? No, it's not working. Oh, now I know what happened. Let's do that. There we go. info@livininvegas.com. I know I changed the names of the buttons and stuff like that, so I can't see what it is. info@livininvegas.com. It's info@livininvegas.com, and you can actually get on our mailing list, and we'll actually put this in your email inbox today. So you'll get that today, and you can check that out. Also, we publish another magazine, which is called Livin Weekly Magazine. And, I don't have the new cover for Livin Weekly up. Oh my gosh. We got to change that. Can we change that? Yeah, let's change it really quick. So I'm gonna change that graphic right there, because you've got to find out what the new Livin Weekly magazine cover is. It's just so cool. I'm very excited about it. Do we have it? It says July. For some reason, I cannot find it. Well, we'll have to get that up. We definitely will. I don't know why I can't find it right now, but we'll get that up, and you're gonna see it at some point. So we'll get the new cover up, and you'll actually check that out. So let's talk a little bit about this weekend. Okay, can we do that? Let's talk about that really quick. So this weekend we had 4th of July weekend, and as I was saying, it was nuts. just nuts. Matter of fact, so many of you know I live in a condo. So we downsized. When my wife and I downsized, we uh, we moved into our condo, and so we've been living here for a little while now. Love it. It's fine. It's great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful place to live at. And so many of you know that we live in an older complex. So we've got a lot of trees and a lot of grass and stuff like that. I mean, stuff. It's like a jungle in here, which is just fantastic. So yesterday, fireworks start going off about 9 o'clock ish. Well, probably they started off, a couple of weeks ago, but really they went off in earnest last night at about 9 o'clock. And when they went off, folks, it got ugly really quick. And what I mean by it got ugly, it just got ugly. And I got to get rid of this real quick here, folks. Let's get rid of that. All right. And so so you can hear it's like I said, it's mortar shells. They're all over the place. Now we're supposed to be doing safe and sane. Many of you know that. Safe and sane is the word that they're using. Well, unfortunately, that probably doesn't really work very well for most people. They're really not into the safe and sane. Really, safe and sane. What does that mean? What does safe and sane mean? That means that if I don't get caught, that it's safe, and if nothing burns down, it's sane. So, uh, so like I said, there are bottle rockets all over the place, shooting up all over the place. It's probably, we're supposed to be having a light show or a fireworks show. There's only a couple of places that they're actually shooting them off. And one of them was over at Caesar's Palace. The other one was downtown at the Four Queens, or not Four Queens, but the Union Plaza. A couple other places here and there, but really those are the two main places. Not like in the past where you've had tons of stuff going off all over the place, but this year it's a little less, and some places are just saying, hey, we're not going to spare the expense to do it. So, but in my neighborhood, when I live in the Northwest, it was everywhere. I mean, there was shooting off everywhere. I mean, I could not. You'd look up. Usually, you can't see the fireworks because because of the way trees are and stuff like that. This time, you sit in your front yard and fireworks right to the left, everywhere. They're all over the place. Well, it's getting late. I figure, okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and it's probably closer to 9 o'clock ish. Well, I was probably going to bed, but I was going to relax a little bit. And I hear this. I go to my bedroom and I look out my window, and there's a guy lighting off fireworks next to my window, behind my bedroom window. I have a sliding glass door in my window. Literally 30 feet away from my window. This guy's shooting off fireworks. I go outside and I go, look, dude, you cannot do this. There's just absolutely no way. He goes, oh, dude, did I wake you up? I go, no, you didn't wake me up. You're shooting off fireworks right next to my window. And you see that big tree that's right between you and me? That tree has been around since the 70s. And you're going to catch that thing on fire. There's absolutely no way you're going to be able to do it. And the wife goes, no, it's not going to happen. It doesn't go high up in the air. I go, look, no, you're just not going to do this. See, once again, we've talked about this before. I am that guy. I am that guy that will tell you you're not going to do this. There's just absolutely no way. Some people are just kind of shy. They won't tell you that, but I will. I got it from my Jamaican mom, and so I do it. Let's loosen that up just a little bit more. I tell the guy, no, don't do it. He goes, oh, I'll just go down the walkway here just a little bit more, and I'll just do it over there. I go, dude, we live in a condo complex where there's a bunch of pine trees, a lot of stuff that can catch on fire, and you're not supposed to do it here at all. I mean, not even a little bit, not at all. You're supposed to do it here at all. And he goes, I get it, man. I get it. I get it. I guess I'm not supposed to do it. I go, no, you're not. So I'll tell you the rest of the story in just a second here, folks. We'll be back in a second. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. So I'm on Facebook now, and I'm actually answering some. So I posted a picture. We were talking about the guy who shot off the fireworks next to my house yesterday. So, probably 10 minutes later, after I had this altercation with this guy and told him, "Hey, look, don't shoot off these fireworks near my house, near my window, near my tree," I walked up my patio on the other side of my house, because I have patios on both sides of my house. I have 3 patios, but whatever, 2 patios. And I I walk out on the other side of the patio, and something tells me to look out the window. And I walk outside the patio, and I look down the walkway, and there's these 2 guys that are out near my car now. And they're literally 10 feet away from my car. Probably 10 feet, 15 feet. And I've never seen these guys before, but I see them bending down, looking like they're going to light fireworks. So I walk up to them as they're lighting the fireworks off, and there it goes. It's just 10 feet up in the air, 15 feet up in the air, okay? You know what it is. The ground ones, they just kind of go. And I'm looking at the pine tree that's right next to where they're shooting it off. I'm looking at my car, which is just on the other side of them. And the one guy, there's 2 guys, like I said, I've never seen these guys before. And I know my neighbors. So all my neighbors, if you're my neighbor, I know who you are. Most of you who know who your neighbors are, you know exactly who they are. I've never seen these guys before, ever. I don't know who they are. And I go, "Guys, you can't shoot these off in here." And the guy goes, "Huh?" I go, "Dude, see that car right there? That's my car right there. And you're shooting those, obviously." And I said, "The pine tree," once again. "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry, man. I dig, man. I dig. We'll just go out on the street someplace and we'll go out there." And I'm thinking to myself, who are you people that you come into our condo complex to shoot off your fireworks? It's just crazy. Can we have this picture? I'm gonna add a picture here, folks. I know I'm doing this on the fly, but you've got to see this. I'll see if I can actually grab a picture here really quick, because this was just. Sometimes you've got to do things on the fly, and I'm gonna see if I can do this really quick. Here, let's put on my glasses. Let's see if I can actually even see it. Am I going to be able to see it? I just uploaded this stupid thing. Oh, I know what I did with it. I put it over here. Sorry. Okay. I looked in the wrong file. That's where I looked at, folks. That's why. So what I'm looking for is a picture of the trash can, because later on that night, so I'll continue with the story. Later on that evening, my wife and I go to bed, and we're laying in bed, and it's probably, I don't know, 12:30, and I can see, can you see that picture? Here, I'm going to make it bigger. Can you see that picture right there? I'll put it in the middle of the screen right there. All right, so what happens at about 12:30, the fire department is at my condo complex. And when they came to the condo complex, they were putting out a fire. The fire they were putting out was in the trash can This is literally 50 feet away from my window, my back window of my house, my condo. 50 feet, maybe 50. No, it's probably more than that, more like 60 feet. But it's about 60 feet away. And right next to it, can you see this big tree next to it? To the right, to the top right? That's a pine tree that's about, oh, it's been in this since the 70s. And that tree is underneath or over that trash can that was engulfed in flames. Literally engulfed in flames, folks. It was so bad, the fire department had to come to put it out. You can see there's a fire extinguisher just to the left of the trash can. Somebody obviously said, oh shoot, this crap just got out of control, and they tried to use a fire extinguisher. Didn't work because the fire department had to come in and douse this thing with water to get this thing out. Okay, so I put a picture of that trash can on Facebook on my regular page to say, and it says on, this is why you shouldn't throw fireworks into a trash can. Some a-hole, I said it, decided that it was a good idea to, after he was done shooting off his fireworks, to take the spent fireworks and now throw them into a trash can full of trash. Not a good idea. Not a good idea because you know the reason why. This is what happens. It was probably not out, and it just burned it to the ground. So I'm going to be a busy guy today, folks. The reason why I'm going to be busy today is because, of course, I used to be an HOA board member here at the place where I'm at my condo complex, and I am not officially anything around here, folks. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. You know me, guys. I'm just a guy. I hang out. I do my thing. I do my podcast, and I'm pretty much just doing my thing. Well, now what's going to happen is I'm going to be the guy who's going to probably scream and yell at, at everybody for allowing this to happen because they shouldn't have let this happen. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Okay. So that's what happened yesterday. A lot of stuff happened yesterday, fireworks wise. Evidently, my friend whose name is Dave, Dave's a fireman. I sent him off a note this morning, and I said, "Hey, Dave, I bet you guys were busy." So this was Dave. Like I said, Dave's a city fireman, and I said, "Hey, Dave, I bet you guys were really busy last night." And he goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "It started yesterday." And he says, I'm finally getting to bed. But he goes, we were incredibly busy yesterday. So when I went out riding this morning, I know this is going to be the 4th of July horror story show. I'm trying not to make it horror story, but it is, you got to know what's going on. 2 more things, and then we'll get on to something else, if we can get lucky. So I went out riding this morning, even though I'm tired. Went out riding this morning. And, coming back, and I'm riding on Durango and Washington, going south on Durango. I'm going to make a easterly or a lefty on Washington, come down the street, come back towards my place. And I smell this smell. Smell like something burned. And I figure, oh, it must be more fireworks stuff that just hadn't been taken care of yet. And as I get a little closer to Washington, like I said, I'm Durango, I look over to my right and I see a police vehicle, lights, charities are, and then I pass him, and just on the other side of the police officer is a wrecker, so like a tow truck, and on top of the tow truck is the burnt out hull of a guy's motorhome. And next to that guy's burnt out hull, who's what's now on the wrecker, is a guy with a shovel, shoveling up the remains of this guy's motorhome. And he's shoveling it onto the truck. Somehow or another, somehow it caught on fire. I would assume, since it's coincidentally the day after 4th of July, that the thing caught on fire and his thing is done. Bad, bad news. I feel bad for the guy because he probably was, coming in from visiting from California or something like that, and this place burns to the ground. Last story. Okay, last story before we take another break, and then we'll get on to some other stories. Is that Jason Feinberg? Many of you know Jason Feinberg. He's on channel Fox News 5. I watch it a lot. So Jason lives downtown, the downtown area. Jason, you and I got to get together. We really do. He's a fantastic guy. He and I are about the same age. Sounds like I've just enjoyed Jason for the years. He's just funny as heck. Very eclectic kind of guy. He likes cats, and so he lives in one of the high rises downtown. Talks about it on occasion. But he said he was going to take video of 4th of July because he actually has a pretty good view, I guess, of pretty much the entire valley from the high rise where he lives downtown. And so he took a video of downtown and northwest 360 view of yesterday's fireworks festivities. I wish I had that video. I wish he had given me permission to show it. It was, when I saw it, and I did see it, if you watched the news this morning, you probably saw it too. It looked like, once again, it looked like a fireworks war zone, specifically in the Northwest, okay? Going out basically from Flamingo, going north. on the west side of the 95, it just was just fireworks, just everywhere. And if you could see them, this is what Jason said, which puts it in perspective. He says from where he's at, which is downtown, he says if you can see the fireworks from my camera, which is probably using an iPhone, he goes, those were not safe and sane. And you could see them everywhere. Everywhere. Not just the Union Plaza downtown. Fireworks everywhere. And unfortunately, some of those people are going to get caught. Unfortunately, they had a drone out yesterday. I don't know if you heard about this. There's actually a story that was out yesterday. That they actually had a drone out looking for people. So while you're out shooting off your fireworks, your bottle rockets, and you're trying to be cool, I dig it. Everybody digs it. It's, it is what it is. It's fireworks. And it's 4th of July. Woohoo. But unfortunately, we have laws here, and our laws say that you cannot shoot off bottle rockets, M80s, cannons, all that kind of stuff. You can't do it. Those days are gone. Those days are gone. They've been gone for a long time. And with the amount of people we have. See, when I was a kid, and many of you know this, many of you, I grew up with a lot of you folks who watch this show. When we grew up in Las Vegas, you could do pretty much anything. M80s, fireworks, sticks of dynamite. We did it all. Firecrackers, really? We would buy a roll of firecrackers, this big, a roll of firecrackers, and you'd take them to school. You'd have them in school. That's how much that was so pervasive. It seemed like we were just really stupid or we were very safe. We didn't know any better. But on occasion, somebody would get hurt. On occasion, there'd be a fire. But it wasn't like it is now, where you have bottle rockets just shooting out all over the place. And it's just... So the city said that they were going to fine people. I think it's $500. They had a drone out, and I have a feeling they're probably going to go to some people's homes, and they'll probably just mail you something. They're going, "Hey, this is the video footage of you shooting this off," and sorry, it is what it is. You hate to see it happen, but that's generally what happens when people are kind of nuts. Anyways, we got about 5 minutes left. Okay, I know I didn't get to any of the stories. Okay, let's get to a couple of stories. Out at Lake Mead. Out at Lake Mead, many of you know that the Lake Mead water level is probably the lowest it has been in probably, other than the time they filled it, this is as low as it's been. and they are coming up with um, some of the most crazy things that you've ever seen that they're seeing in the Lake Mead uh, reservoir. They actually had the picture of a speedboat, a real speedboat sitting upright. So when it sunk, it sunk. There was another one. I think we put the story up on our website. You can go to livininvegas.com, and we have the story there, where they had a Higgins boat. This Higgins boat was from the World War II, and when it was sunk, it was purposely sunk out at Lake Mead over in where was it at? Not Colville Bay. I forgot where it was at now. But it was actually sunk out there on purpose, and it was they're using it for diving practice and stuff like that. Never expecting to ever see the thing again. Well, the lake level is so low now that that thing is visible, and people they're saying, "Hey, look, guys, just leave the stuff there. Okay, whatever you do, I know there's a lot of cool stuff out there. You're seeing it now. Just leave it there. Okay, it's at some point we hope that the lake level will come back up. Knock on wood. Hopefully it'll come back up. But just leave the stuff there, and don't try to go out there and salvage any of that stuff. It's probably not. It's just probably not a good thing. Um, so let's talk about sports this weekend. This weekend, a good thing, bad thing, good thing, bad thing. UFC. The UFC, I watch as many fights as I possibly could. So if you want to keep up with us, folks, in the afternoons, so during the day, we're generally on Facebook, we're generally on our social media sites like Facebook and YouTube. In the evenings, generally on Twitter. So you can check us out at Twitter at livininvegas.com, or excuse me, Livin in Vegas. So that's generally on Twitter if I'm going to be out there. We're on Twitter then. Um, and so we were tweeting all weekend long about the fights which were going on, UFC fights, because they were phenomenal, just phenomenal. And a lot of surprises, a lot of fights that were not surprised at all. Um, Nikolai Volkanovsky, who he was fighting against. Oh gosh, who was he fighting against? Max Holloway. They were fighting. It was the Thrilla in Manila, 145 pounders. Volkanovski, unanimous decision. He said he dominated him in UFC 276. Um, Israel Adesanya was fighting against, what's his name? Cannonier for the middleweight championship, number one against the champion. Once again, the last style bender evidently just embarrassed the guy. So some great fights at the T-Mobile Arena this weekend. We were Sports Central this weekend. Really were just some great games. The FC Lights, so our Las Vegas FC Lights, they won this weekend. The Vegas Nighthawks, they won. Vegas Nighthawks were doing great this weekend. I think they did a great job. They won 65-33 against the Panthers this weekend. They looked fantastic. So if you're watching some of the game, you got to see some of the fight and some of the game at the same time. I was switching back and forth all weekend long. Just fantastic sports weekend. Okay, I'm out of time. We're going to talk tomorrow about the Oakland Raiders. Okay, so we have to talk a little bit about them because really important. If you want to keep up with some of the articles that we didn't get to talk about today, and I got a bunch of them, we're going to put them on our website at livininvegas.com. That's livininvegas.com. And we will see you again tomorrow for another Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray. We talk to you Monday through Friday. We talk about the people, the places, the trends, the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. When you think of living in Vegas, folks, think living local and the return of cool. We'll see you again tomorrow, folks, for the Livin in Vegas podcast. We'll see you again tomorrow.